Welcome to Sam's Camping Videos with a new series of hot tips regarding how to conserve your resources in your travel trailer when you're boondocking. This hot tip will be about how to conserve your precious limited resource of water in your travel trailer. So let's get to it. All travel trailers come with a fresh water supply, but you have to conserve it very carefully when you're boondocking. The uses to water can be many, but the uses to the water in your travel trailer are very important, and you shouldn't overuse them. What I recommend is that you only use it for washing. That's it, only for washing. And then for some other things that you do while you're sitting on that commode. But washing only, so that means like washing dishes and washing your hands. It's very important to keep these hands clean at all times out in the woods or in the desert or on the beach, wherever you do your boondocking camping. You have two waste tanks on your travel trailer. One's called the gray water tank and one's called the black water tank. First, the gray water tank. That's where all your water that you use or consume, but we'll say use, in the kitchen sink, bathroom sink, or when you're showering, we're on this hose right here. Except this hose, no, it's not going, the wastewater isn't going to be going into a tank. It's going to be going out on the ground. So what you need to do is to conserve the amount of wastewater that's going into those two waste tanks. Because the worst thing that can happen to you is to fill up those waste tanks while you're still like 2 days away from breaking camp. So you have to conserve the water that's actually going in to those waste tanks. So what I do is, number one, when I need to wash dishes, what do you normally do at home to make sure the hot water gets hot before you do it? You turn on the hot water faucet and then you just let it run for a while until it finally gets hot. Well, you can't do that in your travel trailer, especially a small one like I have, a 19-foot one, which with limited gray water waste tanks. What you need to do is to have a way to make sure that that water is hot for you to wash dishes with without having a bunch of water going down the drain into your gray water tank. So here are my sinks in my travel trailer. We don't want water just to be unused, just draining down those drains, waiting for the water to get hot to wash your dishes. Now what I use are two tubs. One is a tub that I'll use for rinsing soapy water off of dishes and utensils. But the other one, this is the important one, small enough to fit in the sink, light enough for you to carry around with you. And with this one, I'm gonna put the dishwashing soap in there, and then I'm going to go outside to that hose that we first saw. So what I've got here is the little pink tub that I showed you inside my travel trailer, and I put some of that dishwashing liquid soap into it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that on the ground, and then I'm going to use this hose and just spray out a stream of hot water. Supposedly hot water until it gets hot, and then I'll fill this little bucket up. My head's chopped off, but I want you to see this. This is the hose. I'm going to turn on the hot water faucet for it right now, and I'm just going to let it run until it gets hot. See, this water isn't going down into my waste tank, helping to fill it up prematurely. Okay, he's hot. I'm going to put it down into the little bucket down there. So now I put the white pink tub back into the right sink here. And I got something here to wash here. I used it for lunch. Rag. So I just wash it up in here. And the next thing is I need to rinse this. And I rinse it in water, but I don't want this water to go down into the gray water tank, helping to fill it up. So So I just doing this one-handed here. Do that into this other bucket here. Any bucket would do. Usually you would use one that fits in the sink. I don't have one available at the time. So now I've rinsed it. So what I've done next is I dumped that rinse water into the soapy dishwater. I didn't dump it into the sink. And what I'll do next is I'll pick up that pink tub of dishy and rinse water in it, and I'll just throw it outside. Another way to conserve your water going into your tanks is because you do have two of them. I've showed you one way with the gray water waste tank. The other waste tank, the black water tank. Most recommendations for the delivered commodes or toilets that you get with a travel trailer, they want you to fill up the toilet bowl halfway with water. Now, what I'm going to tell you from the confines of my little bathroom here, only put like a minimal amount of water in the toilet bowl, and only, how do I say this delicately, urinate into it. The most important part is when you're done urinating, do not flush it. We don't want that black water tank to fill up prematurely. So just let it continue to fill up with your Mountain Dew until it's full. Then flush it, and then repeat the process again. Put a minimal amount of water in it. Now for the other thing that we humans do, and that's the other thing you do with a toilet. With that, you know, you should follow the recommendation of filling it up halfway with water, do your business, and then flush. Now that we've gotten waste tanks out of the way, there's another aspect of conserving water in your travel trailer, fresh water tank. And this may sound very counterintuitive because you brought the water with you. But the number one rule I use is, if I don't have to use the water, I won't use that water in the fresh water tank. I definitely do not drink that water. No matter how many sanitizing procedures you may think you're going through, or if you've got some water filter somehow installed between that fresh water tank and your faucets, I don't drink that water. So what do? Well, you bring bottled water with you for drinking and cooking. That way, you have that water in your fresh water tank in your travel trailer to use for your showers in the morning or the evening, whatever your preference is. And you know about the other things which I told you about, not filling up those tanks, especially the gray water tank. What you don't want to see when you're taking a shower is that on the floor of the shower you see water backing up. That's gray water coming from the gray water tank because it's gotten full. If you do these little tips along the way, you shouldn't ever have that problem. So drink bottled water, cook with bottled water, only use that water for washing. And when you're washing dishes, don't let any water go down into your gray water tank. Don't let them go down the sinks. Let the hot water get hot outside, and when you're rinsing your dishes off, don't let that go down the sink either. Just throw it outside. So you'll have the space for washing your hands and for taking your showers. Now you can also go to the extreme of conserving water while you're washing by not even using water at all. Now what I do is I bring some moist wipes with me. Any brand will do, as long as they're antibacterial. So I use these, to wash my hands. But most importantly, a lot of us, want to kind of like freshen up after the end of the day. Hey, it is hot work when you're outside in the wilderness, doing whatever recreational activities that you do while you're camping. And before you change out of those dirty, sweaty clothes into your jammies, you want to be somewhat clean before you go to bed. Some take showers, in the evening to do that instead of the morning. That's fine. But what I do is I'll use these wipes to wipe wipe my face and my hands and my entire body up. And this hot tip regarding taking showers in a travel trailer. You can't use that shower like you would a shower at home and just let the water just stay on the entire time that you're in your little shower stall. You have to take what's called a naval shower or a Navy shower, and that is just use the shower, get yourself wet, and then you soap yourself up, and then you use the shower to rinse the soap off your body, and that's it. So take naval showers, and that will help conserve the amount of gray water going into your gray water tank. So to summarize conserving water in a travel trailer while you're boondocking is don't drink the water from your freshwater tank, that's number one. So that leaves more water for washing dishes and for taking showers with. Another tip is don't put water down into your tanks if you don't have to. You don't have to put wastewater down into your tanks when you're washing dishes or washing your hands. You can't help it when you're taking a shower, but you may be able to avoid it washing dishes and washing your hands. Washing your hands with the moist wipes, and washing dishes by getting the water hot outside, not inside, and letting it all flow down the sink into your wastewater tanks. And the best thing of all, bring fresh bottles of water and drink that and cook with it. That concludes today's hot tip in the special series of how to conserve your resources while boondocking in a travel trailer. And today's hot tip was how to conserve water and wastewater capacity while you're boondocking. Until next time, have fun, be safe. Goodbye.